Let's be completely real for a second. You busted your tail in university, survived the brutal corporate Hunger Games, and finally landed that cozy desk job. Everyone told you to celebrate. Your family thinks you made it. Your friends are jealous. You're supposed to be safe, right? But then you look at your bank account after taxes, rent, and inflation hit. You aren't building a life. You're just paying a premium subscription fee to stay completely broke in an expensive city. You're running yourself into the ground on a corporate treadmill that's actively speeding up. You aren't crazy. You've just fallen right into the ultimate middle-class trap. Comfortable enough to stay quiet, but too exhausted to ever break free. And the board directors absolutely love it. This daily exhaustion isn't an accident. It's a core design feature of the system. They need you just functional enough to log into the servers tomorrow morning, but way too drained to ever build an asset that actually belongs to you. Think about the math of a payslip. A salary is the single most heavily taxed, most inefficient way to make money on Earth because it is strictly tied to your finite physical hours. If you stop trading your time, the income drops to zero. Period. Period. But here's the real kicker they hide from you in the employee handbook. You enter a punishing economic dead zone. You earn too much to qualify for any grassroots support or safety nets, but you earn way too little to buy real generational asset leverage. You are effectively trapped in the middle, paying a premium just to stay completely stationary in an increasingly expensive world. Meanwhile, while you're optimizing your morning routine and skipping your daily coffee to save pennies, the goalposts are being quietly moved. True wealth, the equities, the prime real estate, the scalable digital systems, is compounding faster than any corporate salary can ever keep up with. You are working harder, but the finish line is actively receding. Let's call it what it is. Corporate security is a complete illusion. Trusting your entire livelihood to a boardroom that can, and will, terminate your role via a brief automated email during the next restructuring phase isn't secure. It's actually the highest concentration of risk imaginable. Real security isn't a monthly direct deposit. It's the personal capacity to generate revenue on demand. So, how do you actually break out of this loop? It starts by fundamentally changing what you are optimizing for. You have to stop playing the salary game entirely and start engineering for leverage. Leverage is the ultimate economic equalizer. It's the mechanism that completely unties your value from the physical hours you log on a company time card. Now, historically, leverage required immense permission. You needed millions from a bank or a massive team of people to manage. But the digital era completely changed the rules of the game. It gave us a third, permissionless form of leverage: code and content. It costs absolutely nothing to replicate. It runs 24 hours a day, and it speaks to a global audience while you sleep. Think about what we are doing right now, in this exact moment. Media creation, powered by automation. This is a digital factory. Once the infrastructure is built, it requires minimal input to maintain, yet it holds the power to capture thousands of hours of human attention. And attention in the modern global economy is the highest yielding currency on Earth. Because when you own the asset, you own the upside. If an employee improves a corporate system by 10 times, they get a polite performance review and a modest annual bonus. But if an asset owner scales a digital system by 10 times, they capture the entirety of that value. That asymmetry is where true freedom lives. Stop writing code for them and start deploying assets for yourself. Look around you. Look at the people who have actually escaped the rat race. They didn't do it by being the best employee. They didn't do it by working 80 hours a week for a promotion. They did it by building a system that works when they don't. The corporate structure wants you to believe that building your own business or creating media is risky. They label it as volatile. But what is more volatile than having a single point of failure for your entire life's income? If a company loses a client, they cut a department. If a board member needs to fix a quarterly balance sheet, your position is deleted. That is not safety. That is financial blindness. True diversification isn't splitting your tiny remaining savings across 5 different mutual funds. True diversification is having multiple independent digital assets feeding your bank account every single day. The barrier to entry has completely vanished. You have the exact same distribution power as a major television network sitting right on your desk. The only thing keeping you inside the cage is the delusion that the cage door is locked. It isn't. You just have to stop looking at the corporate ladder and start looking at the code. Every line of script you write, every piece of content you deploy is a permanent brick in your own personal empire. It doesn't sleep, it doesn't ask for a raise, and it doesn't care about economic downturns. It just compounds. Day after day, week after week. So make a choice right now. Are you going to keep building someone else's dream for the next 40 years? Or are you going to take control of the machine and build your own?